Hi, I'm Dr. Victoria Sarvati. I'm with the Nathaniel Foundation and we meet at the Bethany Center in McKinney, Texas. I'm here to talk to you today about why the first century, why first century roots, why Hebrew roots. The name of this series is called Candid Treasures, and I hope that through this series you'll begin to understand just what we mean when we say first century roots of Jesus or the first century genesis of his faith. Remember, Jesus didn't live in the 21st century, so he probably would not relate to what we do, or we would not relate to what he did in the first century as he walked the streets, the dusty roads of Jerusalem, and walked among the Galileans and being a part of the culture and the traditions of the Jewish people at that time period. You know, he didn't go to church or vacation Bible school. He didn't go to ice cream socials, and church would be a very foreign thing to him. So what we need to see, we need to look at Yeshua from that vantage point. We need to look back at that first century and see him through Hebraic eyes. What he did, how he lived his life. You know, it's one thing to have faith in Jesus, which is really paramount, right? But it's even another level to know the faith of Yeshua and how he lived it. How can we implement that in our own life here in the 21st century? You know, he loved the feast of the Lord, and it's actually called in Leviticus 23, the feast of the Lord. They weren't Jewish feasts. These are appointments with God. God sets up these time periods for us to come and meet with him. Yeshua could not wait. It says he desired with great desire to spend Passover with his disciples. You know, it was in that time period that he revealed what he was going to do, how he was going to fulfill this wonderful season of the Passover that had been celebrated for centuries even before. Everything in the Bible, everything in the Old Testament, in the Torah, in the Tanakh, which is the prophets and the Psalms, everything points to Yeshua. It is a picture of him. It's what he is going to do or what he will do or what he has done. Jesus says that Moses spoke about him. Don't you want to know what Moses said about him? Yeshua said that Abraham saw his day. How did Abraham see the day of Yeshua when Abraham lived so many years back? Well, it's because God revealed himself through the Old Testament in what was to come. They believed in the Messiah that would be coming. They believed in the promises and the covenant of God, and God counted to them as righteousness. So we're going to go back and we're going to have other teachings on this first century time period so that you may understand and that we all can come collectively to some conclusions of how we can actually implement these things in our life and relate to our Hebrew Lord. God bless.